All right, so I'm gonna show you how to get your pre-workout to work again. I've been using pre-workouts since 2007, and in the past year or so, I've been using them multiple times a week. No matter how much caffeine or how little, I still perform at my best at the gym, and I still get a ton of energy. So I'm gonna show you some strategies you can do to maximize your pre-workout. First is the most important rule in my opinion, empty stomach. If you're not feeling your pre-workout and you're having food in your stomach, that's gonna slow down the digestion, which is gonna make the pre-workout feel either smoother or you may not feel it at all, which is probably the case if you're here watching this video. If you take it on an empty stomach, the ingredients get absorbed much quicker. The ingredients still get absorbed if you have food in your stomach, especially if you have like a little bit, but depending on how much you eat, you can also feel sluggish. So I always work out on an empty stomach, and taking the pre-workout on a near empty stomach will help a ton. The second thing is look at your pre-workout history. If I'm using the highest caffeine, highest energy pre-workout every day, I'm not gonna feel any pre-workout that's lower than that dosages. Like, I don't use the same amount every time I work out. I vary it depending on the workout, and I have like some rules when it comes to how many times a week I take a strong pre-workout. So using a pre-workout that has less stimulants will help you in the long run. And the thing is, the more energy you get from your pre-workout, like the more you have to pay it back. You're literally borrowing energy from your future self. Hence the crash, the withdrawals. The longer you take it, the more intense the withdrawals are. So it's not worth it to keep borrowing the max amount of energy. It's same thing, same with a credit card. You wouldn't take the max amount that you're allowed to take, right? You're gonna take as little as possible while getting the most in return. The third thing is recovery. Sometimes you just need to take a break, whether it's taking lower energy pre-workouts or no pre-workouts at all. And remember, a pre-workout could be non-stimulant. You don't have to have stimulants all the time. Like, there's ingredients in pre-workouts that help a ton with pumps, energy, and focus while not being a stimulant. A stimulant helps a ton, but it's not the whole formula. So you have to remember, pre-workouts are a mix of ingredients, and they're all mostly the ones that work, the ones you keep seeing in pre-workouts like citrulline and beta-alanine. These ingredients are actually proven by science. And then on top of that, you can take magnesium. Magnesium helps a ton. I don't remember if it was like a direct correlation, but I know there's some relation to magnesium and stimulants. And magnesium helps a lot with tolerance. So when you're taking magnesium, you're gonna sleep better, you're going to get better recovery, and as an athlete, you need it. Magnesium and zinc are a must. But magnesium helps, at least with me, in terms of pre-workout effectiveness. So if you're heavily reliant on exotic pre-workouts, that is going to hurt you in the long run. Because the more dependent you get on that strong, like the strongest you can get kind of stuff, the worse it'll be for when you switch your pre-workout or you just stop completely. The withdrawals get intense. So you don't always need, maximum energy, euphoria, and focus. You don't. And when you're working out, hopefully you have some weeks or periods where you're deloading or taking it easy. That's a good time to take a less intense pre-workout. So that's also my strategy, is not only rotating throughout the week, but if I'm just taking it easy in the gym, having some weeks where I'm just trying to recover from all the weeks of accumulation from fatigue and stress and overload in the gym, it helps a ton to have that period where you maximize on what you don't need, which is the strongest stuff. And remember, pre-workouts are part of supplements. Supplements are not the whole answer. It is going to supplement your diet. And with pre-workouts, there's some instant effectiveness and it works right away. It's not something that's necessary. Even if I don't use pre-workouts, and I go through that withdrawal period, I'll come back to the gym stronger. I'll feel more energy, and it really accumulates. The amount of lower quality sleep when you're taking pre-workouts add up, even if you're feeling like you're sleeping well, the accumulation of lower quality sleep and all the energy borrowed just comes back more intense. So it's never worth it. Sometimes you just need to stop pre-workouts. Take as long as you can. If you really can't go more than a certain time, then just cut down, taper off, take less and less caffeine. Every pre-workout has variance amounts of caffeine. It can go from 0 to 600, sometimes a little bit more. And you want to limit your sources of caffeine, like coffee, soda, and all this. So yeah, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. See ya.